Yes? Now would you look at that?
Fine.
Sure.
The rocker.
Interesting. Yes.
This?
Now would you look at that?
Good move.
Let's see. This way, right? Interesting. You read my mind. Now would you look at that?
Sounds like a plan.
More lost souls. What a pleasant surprise.
Get ready.
You'll regret this.
Just give the word. That way?
Let's see.
Look at that, boys.
Here we go.
What do you want?
Got it.
I'll keep you shielded. It's really necessary.
All right, here goes nothing.
Wrong place, wrong time, friend.
Fine. Zarek guides me.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
What a pleasant surprise.
Focus area. Focus.
Interesting.
Sure.
Sure.
Good move.
Now would you look at that?
That's the way. Look at that, boys.
What do we need?
House Iskander's former wealth was grounded in their abundance of mineral deposits, opals and amethysts. Though most of the deposits were depleted by now, the Mage Wars and the fall of House Iskander lured many soldiers of fortune and miners back into the Iskander wildlands.
What's next?
Yes?
Wrong place, wrong time.
So, what's the plan?
Will do.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Interesting. Now would you look at that?
This is a dream, isn't it?
Ellen's reins. What happened?
They took them all.
No. Hang in.
No, you just...
I will.
What in... Have you...
You're wasting your anger. She had lost the struggle long before we came here.
Sod your stupid struggle. You had no right to do this.
Iria is right, Gor.
As I said,
Yeah, sure. Let's go. And if we find the bastard who did this, I'll have words with him.
Huh?
yes?
Yes?
What do you want?
Interesting. Let's see. Interesting. Now would you look at that? Yes?
All right, why not?
Interesting.
Who is this? My strange flesh friends! Did they bring more meat? Ah, yes, they did! Good flesh, but not best. We'll feed power, but not for long. God King thanks.
Now
Yes? What do strange flesh people want?
I think we'll be off now.
Blasted armor. That's the way. This way, right?
You got it. Sure. You got it.
What's next?
Zalraka.
Huh?
Let's see.
Zalraka, what do you need?
There was something I wanted to ask about what happened in Barker Gore. You asked us to bring you the K-Ran's champion's head because he did something to your sister. What exactly happened?
Sorry, Tahar, but that's none of your business.
How did the blood burn affect the...
It still does. For some reason, not as often as in human lands. But nonetheless. And when it hit, it did so with full force. There were 2 outbreaks among the fire wielders, and every time, the affected died within a couple of days. The K-Ran clan was hit the hardest.
Interesting. I wonder why the races react so differently.
Well, I'm a warrior, not a shaman or an elder. You'll have to find out yourself.
I want to train the fire...
All right. Here's what we can do.
Yes. Now we...
Yes, yes. Looking for some orcish craftsmanship?
Zalraka, what do you need?
I want to train the fire.
All right. Here's what we can do.
Got it. Understood. Will do. What do we need?
Zalraka.
Gore, how are you and the Fire Wielders settling in?
All right, I guess. Though there've been some quarrels between my warriors and these Mohir elves. But don't worry, I took care of it. And that elven scryer promised to do the same. Nonetheless, Tahar, I have to say it. I don't like this place. Not at all.
Why not?
I guess it's the people who once lived here. The Shapers. They were corrupted. And I can feel that corruption even now.
Corrupted?
Yeah. Their customs, their culture. They were completely detached from the order of nature.
How so?
Do you even need to ask? Just look around. Ghost warriors, strange machines, strange buildings. Especially this place, this Nexus. They thought they were above everything, even the gods. And they meddled with things they didn't understand. It's disgusting.
Well, they're dead now.
Maybe. But I can still feel their presence. Anyway, nothing we can do about it. If the Shapers caused the blood burn, I understand why we need this place. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about? Huh?
I'll be off. Interesting. I'll be off.
Huh?
Back in Bargagor, you told me that you think the orcs should strive to be more. What do you mean by that? Do you consider your culture to be, well, inferior?
Inferior? No, not at all. On the contrary, I'm glad to be a fire wielder, and not a human or an elf.
Why?
Because not so unlike the Shapers, your culture is bigoted, strange. You like to tell yourselves you're more than the animals you slaughter for food. You call yourselves civilized. But in the end, you look for the struggle just as anything and anyone else does. But of course you don't admit to it. You want to be better than that. And the result are lies, intrigue, wars, and assassinations. Your culture is so bizarre that it's almost amusing.
That might go for some.
Maybe. So no, I don't consider our culture to be inferior. Fools such as Krell was one. They're the reason your race looks down on us. If Zakrak had wanted us to be ever-fighting, ravaging brutes, he wouldn't have given us minds to begin with. Every brawl, every battle, every war has to have a purpose. It isn't something done for pleasure. Yes, it can be enjoyed. But at its core, it is ritual. The most basic one of nature.
In other words, violence and war are good and necessary, but only within measure?
Yes, and it should be learned from. That's where most orcs disagree. They claim to value wisdom, but when asked to choose between words and a club, they always choose the club. And as you see, this is why our culture has stagnated. In its current state, there will never be an orc empire, a great tribe, or the earth-shaking horde Zarek envisioned.
So what you want is to lead your people to a better future?
You make it sound so dramatic. For now, the Fire Wielders are a good start. And by helping you, they will hopefully see that diplomacy and strength don't always contradict each other. After that, we shall see.
Don't you think a world without violence is possible?
No,
Why? Isn't that what we should all aspire to?
we should aspire to a lot of things. But tell me, Tahar,
At times,
at times, as I said, your people, because ultimately what we orcs believe is that
so what?
no, that's what Krell wanted. And that's as stupid as denying the struggle.
I get your point, but
There isn't. Anyway, where were we?
Did you always have these ambitions?
No,
Then where did they come?
none of your business, Tahar.
All right.
Sure.
What's it like to change form?
I can imagine. If it taught me,
What do you mean?
because the shape, it's a different.
A different version.
Yes, the thirst for that when I was young and first started shifting.
Did you ever completely lose control when you were in another form?
In the beginning, yes. But the Elder always made sure I was in a controlled.
How does it feel to
Strange, the way you
Yeah, I imagine. How do you learn a new...
then there's what
How does that work?
I can't explain it.
Wow.
Sure.
I'll be off. All right, let's get to the chase. We need to discuss where and how we start our search. You're all familiar with the objective?
Find the Forge Stones, reignite the Nexus, decipher the song with it, and put an end to the blood burn.
That's about it. Area thinks that someone removed the Nexus stones shortly before the city was abandoned, but they left markers on the stone map. And now that we have a small army backing us up, we can start searching. Iskrim?
Yeah, we suspect one of the stones to be in the desert of Aenir's Blade, probably in the possession of the Iron Falcons, whereas the other one is on an unknown island.
An unknown island?
Correct. And yes, the oceans might have long taken it, which is why the only way to find out is to build a ship. And to...
Hold on. In the northwest, the Black Sea.
I think so.
Zarek's fangs. That's interesting. There's an old orc myth of such an island, and as far as I know, there was even a human archaeologist in Neverlight who said he had found it. A traveler told me.
Did he find it?
Long story, but it's a trail we could follow. Building a ship would take months. If we go to Everlight, I can tell you more.
Well, it does sound promising.
And intriguing. So, where do we go first, Tahar? Everlight or Aenir's Blade?
I'll think about it and let you know when we head out. For now, just get prepared.
Will do, Corporal.
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed during the Mage Wars, the city has its own mountain of problems to struggle with. The biggest ones being the ever-growing gap between the rich and the poor, an uncontrollable rise in crime, and the Purity of Light's aggressive crusade for new followers.
Let's see. Now would you look at that? Here we are, Everlight. What now?
We find the archaeologist. His Sir Albertus Watley.
Everlight is a big city.
I know. I guess that Mage Clan, the Creators Guild, could be a good place to start. They would have known about the excavation. Let's go.
Wait, you there. Yes, you. Could you spare a moment?
Me?
Yes. You're military, aren't you? You must be. I can tell by the way you're walking.
Former military, yeah. Why do you ask?
Well, I don't know how to say this, but I could really use your help. My daughter, Rosa, she didn't come back from the river last noon. Now, she was always a stubborn child, but it's been over a day now, and that doesn't seem like her at all. I'd go look for myself, but as you can see, my legs don't work like they should anymore.
Yes?
What happened to your legs?
I'd prefer not to talk about it. It's a painful memory, as you can imagine.
What are you people doing out here anyway?
Isn't it obvious? Waiting for admission.
You're refugees.
Yes. Howard folk, to be precise. We made it all the way here just to be told that the city's full. But then again, I get why they're doing this. I really do. Everlight has only so much bread and shelter to spare for strangers with no more belongings. But Rosa gone. That's an entirely different story.
What about the Everlight Guard? Did you talk to them yet?
The guard? They barely have time to keep the city streets safe. They aren't going to waste any on a refugee.
You're well articulated. May I ask what you did before?
Before that bloody war tore everything to pieces, I was a herbalist. But all that, my store, our house, it got burnt to the ground by the rebels. It's strange. My life back then, it doesn't even feel real anymore. You know, we have all these things that we think define us, that we think have substance, but they don't. One day you wake up and they're gone. But I'm sorry. I digress.
All right, I'll go see if I can find your daughter. You said she went to the river?
Yes, to clean out my wrappings. She's around 5 feet tall, has blonde, long hair, and a birthmark on her right cheek. Thank you, sir. You have no idea how much that means to me. Just find her, please.
Uh-huh.
Everlight. I didn't think I'd set foot in here again so soon.
Have you been here before?
A long time ago, yes. That was still during the wars. It looked quite different at that time.
They will fall.
So, what's the plan? Just give the word.
Everlight. I didn't think I'd set foot in here again so soon.
Have you been here before?
A long time ago, yes. That was still during the wars. It looked quite different at that time.
I can imagine. I don't like it. Too many people at one place.
Sure.
Yes?
More lost souls. Danger up ahead. You will regret this.
Help! Please!
They killed one of our heroes.
Damn it! I need healing.
Yes?
All right, here goes nothing.
Yes?
Damn it! I need healing.
Yes?
Sure.
Whoa. Something
This
you need?
is bizarre.
Hold it right there. What's your business in this city? You one of the refugees? There's been an awful lot lately.
Has there?
You bet. Iskander folk, Utram, Leonida, even elves. They all want to get behind the walls.
Well, I'm not a refugee.
You know what? I even believe you. Then what's your business?
I'm just a traveler passing through. We've been on the road for way too long.
Believe me, I know that feeling. Well, you'll find plenty of inns in there. Go on inside. Just behave yourself and you'll be fine.
Good move.
You there! Soldier, you! Have you got a moment?
Interesting. Yes? What is it?
I need your help.
What happened? Who are you?
Rohija Tanner. I have a small farm just behind the city walls, which I run with my husband. Thing is, he's sick. Stomach cramps and fever, ever since he went to that bloody village. Anyhow, harvest is coming up soon, and I can't have my Georgie lying in bed all day.
What village?
Some muck heap in the middle of Leonida. Leanin, something like that.
I'm not sure I'm the one you should talk to. There must be a doctor in town.
Oh, come on, do you really trust these quacks? A friend of mine once went to one of them with a gash on her leg and came back with the leg missing. Can you believe that? Just cutting off people's limbs right and left like that? I'm not going to let them hurt my Georgie like that.
Well, then... Just wait it out. I don't see what else you could do.
Well, that's where you come in. Holy Frank, the world-renowned traveling healer, was in town a week back. He gave me a secret recipe that works on all stomach ailments, and I'm the first person in the kingdom to be allowed to replicate this holy concoction. Ugh, of course, these so-called doctors have nothing comparable in their satchels. Now the problem is, I have my hands full with running the farm now that Georgie's ill, and I just don't have the time to look for the potion's ingredients myself.
And you want us to find them for you, right?
That's it. We'll make it worth your while. We have a lot of surplus vegetables and grains we'd be happy to share with you for your help.
I'm not sure how much use we have for surplus vegetables.
Well, I'm not swimming in riches these days, so I'm afraid I can't offer you anything else. I must say, I'm a bit disappointed in you. You look like an honest soldier, not like the kind of person who'd take advantage of a grieving wife.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Could you give me a list of these ingredients you need?
Oh yes, of course. I've already put one together. Thank you, friend. I'm sure Tiara will reward you for your kindness. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to the farm. Georgie needs his cold wraps changed.
All right. Where is your farm so I can find you when I've got the stuff?
Just under the south wall. You can't miss it. Tiara's blessing, soldier. You're doing the right thing.
Sounds like a plan.
Quite the character.
A good deed a day keeps the dark ones away. Can't hurt to help someone every once in a while.
Sure.
Armors and shields, everything from copper daggers to moonsilver swords. Farewell.
Let's see.
This way, right?
Now would you look at that?
State your business.
Whose house is that?
If you have to ask, you sure as heck don't belong here. Sod off. State your business.
I'd like to enter.
So?
Can you let me in?
No.
Fine.
He rattled the dwarf full of gold, saved by the crowd who was told not to trust dwarves, and behold, shady pirates boarding for some sunken mold.
That wasn't a particularly good poem.
Rats with their hairy, ugly butts, they gnawed on our nuts, dangling dead between our legs, but maybe we fend them off next.
That wasn't a
Rats with they gnawed, but maybe we fend them off next.
This blasted elf, he just won't shut his trap.
What's wrong?
He's been citing poems for days. They don't make sense and they are horrendous. Someone should either pay him to leave or show him we don't want him here.
No, Penelope. You cannot do this to me. He loudly screamed, full of pain and anguish. Penelope softly cast him a mournful glance. Her eyes dreamily drifted off towards the merciless and cold winter sky.